Welcome Between the Lines, Girls Hoops with my man, Coach V.
What's going on?
What's up, Coach V?
Nothing, just living it. Basketball, tournament weekend coming up.
Hey,
tournament
Coach,
weekend.
It's busy time. I know this weekend we both got to get on the road. You're going to be over at the Border War in Arkansas. A beautiful place, beautiful town. I'll be taking my towns up to Lancaster, Texas, watching Drive Nation jump off this season before we go to head off to Phoenix, Oklahoma. Phoenix. How's Oklahoma?
Ooh, what's Phoenix, Oklahoma? I'll be there.
Phoenix, Arizona next week. But they get a chance to get these girls rocking and rolling this week. And like I said, even though basketball season's over and they got all these all-star games and all these the other things going on, we still gonna keep our show going on because we don't stop, folks. We got a lot of young ladies to still talk to, like this young lady we got from Berryhill tonight, outstanding power forward, small forward, can shoot the ball, great ball player, played for Jeff and JYD, does a very good job for them. We probably will tear her name up once or twice, but we will get it corrected. But like I said, we're going to bring Miss Ava Slagle to the table.
Yeah.
Slagle to the table.
You can't go around.
Let's buzzer in, man. Let's get her in, Coach.
That table.
Here we go.
All right.
Welcome to the show, Ava. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, man, it's another beautiful day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. We get to talk high school girls basketball with a good little ball player here, like I said, coming from Berryhill, played for JYD. So, for myself, and I know Coach V knows a little bit about you, but myself, I don't know a lot about you, but I'm always eager to learn and get to know new young ladies and new ball players. So, for the listeners, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and, what school, what grade, and all that?
I go to Berryhill around Tulsa. It's a little small 4A school, and I'm a junior this year. I'll be a senior this upcoming year, and I've been at Berryhill my whole life.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to educate Tony because I've been to Berryhill. You're not going to see it off the road, Coach. It is actually on a hill. You go up the hill to Berryhill, just so you know.
Well, right. Coach, I know a little bit about Berryhill because they have a great little wrestling program. I know.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right.
So I know a little bit about Berryhill. My boys are some of them Berryhill guys, and like I said, it's a good school. I mean, anytime you talk Tulsa, you're always going to talk great athletes. Not saying we don't have great athletes here in OKC, but Tulsa's built a little different. I don't know what they feed them up there, Coach, but they built a little different.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Berryhill, they have a height limit on the ride. Because I think you have 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", and then I think Tyrese she got bored because she might be the tallest kid. So she went, I'm a 5'10" kid. Let me go join Berryhill. And she goes over from Cleveland to Berryhill this year. I mean, there's a ride limit there. Water ride limit. I don't know what it is about Berryhill, but they're tall.
Well, Ava, like I said, you said you're a junior going into your last AAU, season, then going into, your senior year. What's some of the goals you set for yourself going into your last AAU output, last time you're going to have to play summer ball until you go off and play college ball. So what is something that you've kind of put together for yourself?
I have like a couple of my goals are like, I just really want to, I don't know how to say it. I wanted to push like every game. I want to it's my last game there at that time. We've said it for years, like you'd only get to play at Border Wars at 4 p.m. this one time in 2023, but it's 2026 now, so we gotta. It's still at the actual last ride, so every game it's until the buzzer, from buzzer to buzzer. You got to push through.
Man, that's cool though. I mean, like I said, you got some school that's recruiting you already. I know, like I said, going into your senior year, you got some school that's looking at you already right now?
Nelson down in Waxahachie, Texas.
Okay.
And then my coach just told me today that NSU is kind of reaching out and invited us all to their camp for a team camp and stuff like that. And then there's oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess it up. Oh my gosh, Westland, and where my coach came from, where she graduated, reached out a little bit, and then other little schools and stuff, but nothing big yet.
Hey,
I'll give my shout out to Coach Sons, Coach and Nelson. That's my man, Coach Sons. Hey. Mike's son does a good job.
Hey, Coach, free education is the best education. I tell people, I mean, whoever's going to let you play the game that you love is going to pay for your books in school. Hey, it can be the Academy of the Blind. We're going to take it because, like I said, as long as you can walk out no debt when you graduate, hey, you've already won the
That's
lottery.
perfect.
So that's the most important thing. So, Ava, like I said, tell us a little bit about Berryhill this year. I don't know a lot about the 4A. We are Class 5A, but I don't know a lot about the 4A. Coach V does, but tell me, how your season went this year.
It went really well. We had a goal of getting to area, and we outdid that. We were one game away from state, lost to Kingfisher against one of my good teammates, Ella. We fought hard till the buzzer. We came down from they got up on us on a 20-point lead, and we cut it down to 2 at one point. But we pushed hard. We stayed together, which was the biggest thing. Is we were you got to stay together as a team. Especially in postseason, that's when teams are starting to get tired. They're like, "Oh, we've been doing this for months," because basketball's a long season, and
Yes, it is.
it's a long season. But we stayed together and we pushed through, and I felt like we did really good. We talked at the end of the season, and we were just amazed that we got to our goals, and then we made even bigger goals and bigger strides than we thought we could.
No, that's good. Like I said, Kingfisher's a good team, a team that we've had on show. We just had one of their young ladies that's on a couple weeks ago. So, it's good that we can reach out to Berryhill, Kingfisher, and just have different young ladies on the show. Like I said, I know Jeff, is a young lady that, a coach that, he wanted to bring you on. So that speaks highly of you because, he does a great job with JYD. So how long have you been with JYD?
I've been with JYD since 5th grade. I've been there. They were my first AAU team, and they're going to be my last AAU team.
Hey, all right.
That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Jeff's got to be really proud of that, though, man. I mean, because like I said, he does a really good job, with us with the show, always retweeting us and sending you guys the stats. I think I know he's not, EYBL or Unarmed or none of that, but he does a good job with his program and what he does with his girls. I love what he does because, like I said, he promotes every one of you young ladies like you. Y'all are his daughters, and which y'all are his daughter in a sense way. But he does a really good job promoting you guys and getting your stats out there and letting people know who you are. Because nowadays, we had a coach on just the other day who he talks about recruiting young ladies from all over the world, not just here in Oklahoma, different states, but just international, going and finding girls from Australia, Canada, and all that. So I know he has to do a lot of time probably jumping on Twitter and looking at, girls' pages and stuff because you can't. That's why I wondered, when I was asking that question, it's like, how do you do all that, man? Because you're in Bethany, Oklahoma. How you getting to Australia?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, especially in the D2, I know they ain't got no private jet to fly them all these places, but so it's good that you got a coach that's doing that because it does get your stats and your film and all that stuff out there, so somebody can click on it like, I really like this young lady. So then they start following you in different kind of ways. So shout out to Jeff, and his staff and everybody that's with part of JYD. They do a great job.
Yeah. Well, Ava, I've seen you play, but describe, Tony and others like himself that have not. Describe your game to us.
I start out in the post. I've been at JYD forever, and our big thing is footwork. So I've been doing it for years. So that's one of my big things is footwork, like just getting around, finding each option. But I can bring it out, and I can handle it outside on the 3. Need to get better at it, but I'm getting to it. And a big part of my game, I would say, even my coach is we free throws. And so that's my big thing is I'll get 10 points off of boards and shots and stuff, but I'll get 10 free throws off too.
So you talk about your free throw game, Coach. I mean, you got to ask her, where you sitting at? You 85, 90? What's your percentage?
Yeah. I think in school ball this year, I think I was 75 maybe. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked yet. But I try to have a goal of at least 80 to 75, 80. My coach is like, Ava, you missed 2 free throws. And I was like, I know I shot 10, but that's a hard thing for me. When I miss a free throw, me and my coach just go, dang it, Ava. We're both at practice, I in practices off free throws. That's our big thing. So
she's a good free throw shooter, Coach. She knows her percentage. I got something. What's your free throw percentage? A good free throw shooter knows her percentage. They know it.
You know what cracks me up that you see a lot of these girls are great 3-point shooters, but when it comes to the free throw line, they're not very good shooting. It's like, how do you shoot a deep ball like that? Then you get up here to a closer line. I guess because they're not thinking about it. You get to that line, you got to think about it, especially when you got the crowd and the student body yelling at you. It can be kind of tough though. So free throws is tough. I'm that dad that if you miss a free throw, the bull horns come out and I get mad like. I tell people all the time, that's free money. If they don't give it to you, you got to take it. No, if you go to the line and you get 2 shots, I do like it now. It's because I think 1-and-1 was more pressure than 2 shots. You get up there for a 1-and-1, it's like, boy, and you don't get it. But at least if you get 2 shots, you got a chance to make one of them. So that's good. But I'm one of those guys that you miss a free throw because I feel like, man, that's free money. And then especially if it comes down to a game that you lose by 1 point, you're sitting there thinking, only of you to hit that free throw.
Yes. Well, you I know on your team you are I won't say the post because you're really not. You're kind of forward, but you're the banger. You're the physical one down there. So do you hit the weight room? Because you look pretty strong. Do you hit the weight room? Or is that just all natural?
Yeah. I do hit the weight room sometimes, not as much. So that's one thing I really want to work on going into my senior and going into college is getting the weight room more. But we were on the court a lot, but we tried as a team to get in the weight room, but a lot of it is natural. But I will say I did get in the weight room a little bit, but not as much as I should have been.
You better hit that weight room.
I get the weight room though, man. It's just all those things gonna matter, especially getting college when you start playing. Right now you're one of the oldest, young ladies on the court, so you can push those freshmen and sophomores around, and next year you be a senior. You'll be one of the strongest on the court, but when you get in college, it starts all over. You're going to be 18, 19, you're a young lady going into college, going against 25, 26-year-old women. So it will be good to get in that weight room and, get a little bit bigger, stronger. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes. I always tell, I don't like to see a lot of girls squatting and all that, man. I don't want you tearing up your knees and all that. So when you do get in that weight room, make sure you got somebody that's really educating you on that, because some of these people are like, just lift, and you're blowing your knees out and your back out, and now you out for the season because you blew your back out because you got Hero Man trying to act like he knows everything about weightlifting. So just be careful on that. I always try to tell young ladies, man, be careful, because like I said, it ain't like the guys, man. I never knew why all these guys used to put all them weights on their back and try to lift it. Like, for what?
Yeah.
You gonna get a prize out of Cracker Jack box? For what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that little bar.
Impressive. Look at me.
I'm gonna make it easy on me because I ain't trying to blow my brains out and all that.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game, man. I remember lifting weights, all that heavy weight, man. I would always get sick, and I finally learned, like, man, you know what? I'm gonna quit doing all that. It ain't worth it though. So. But Ava, like I said, do you play any other sports besides basketball? Are you doing anything in the spring right now?
I do volleyball in the fall at the beginning of school, and then this is my first year in high school doing track because we were all talked into it. I don't know why I didn't do it last year. We were all talking about it, but we did track. We're all doing track this year.
So what events are you running or jumping? So
I don't run, but I do shot and disc, but I do run at practice and stuff. So we still got to keep at it.
So who talked you into the basketball coach?
Yes, Coach Tate. She was like, if I got to go up there and be a coach, you're going to come with me.
Hey, she does that. She does that so she can keep her eye on you guys. Make sure y'all ain't out messing around and none of that stuff. If I can't be in the gym, y'all going to be with me so I can keep my eyes on you. So good job, Coach Tate. She's a smart coach.
Yep. When did you start playing basketball? You've always been at Berryhill, I guess. So when did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball in the first grade. Actually, in the third grade, I was like, Mom, why didn't you start me in kindergarten? She's like, I didn't know I could. But my mom coached me all the way up until I think it was fourth grade. And then I went to JYD in fifth grade and then played sixth grade with Coach Tate now. And then I hit middle school.
Okay. So your Berryhill team's got what? I know 3 seniors. I think 3 senior starters next year.
We'll have 3 senior starters, but we'll have 5 seniors all together.
Okay. I knew you. What is there? Is it Inhofe is one, right?
So Layton is just a sophomore this year, so she'll just be a junior.
Okay. So who's your seniors?
Tycee Downey from Cleveland, who transferred from Cleveland.
Right.
And then Kaylin LaFew, who I've been with since the 6th grade.
Okay.
You talk about, your basketball and all that. So, like when you're not, doing track or volleyball or basketball, what does Miss Ava do, for fun? What are some of your fun habits and some of the things that you like to do to get your mind away from basketball?
Whenever I'm not at basketball, I like to chill with family as much as I can. I'm a big homebody. I'm not outside, so I'll go hang out with my mom. My mom almost has to kick me out sometimes because I'm just like, Mom, like, I'll just go with you. She's like, I'm going grocery shopping. I'm like, okay, I'll come with you. So I just stay at home. I will watch TV with my family. I'll talk with my family. Like, I'm a big family person, but I hang out with friends sometimes. But it'll be like 2 out of the 7 days of the week.
No,
I think it backfired on Mom, Tony. Mom's trying to get away. I'm gonna go shopping. She says that. Trish says that to me. I'm like, go ahead, honey. I'll see you later.
That's it. That's nap time for me, Coach. I'm taking a nap on that one. That's nap
Mom
time.
trying to get away. Ava like, I'll go with you. Mom like, just stay home.
So Ava, how much time do you put into your game? Like I said, putting up shots and like I know you don't work out as much, but like getting shots up, you try to do that daily. Do you got like a daily routine or a weekly routine that you try to follow and get shots up and work on your craft?
Yes, so during season, we're at basketball every single day, but I try to stay after practice a little bit and shoot after. And then, but in post or after season, sorry, after season, we not you're on the gym as much, but I'm always bugging Tam like, hey, can we open up the gym? Can I go shoot? So that's what we did today after school or after track practice. We went up and shot for a little bit. And then I just try to get in the gym. But JYD, we have drills almost every single day of the week. So I go to drills and then I'll go to team practice. So JYD, I'm there for like 5 hours a week.
So JYD, it seems like he got a bunch of different teams, does he not, Coach V? How many different teams in each age group?
So in the 27 age group, we have two. The 28 group, we have two, and then our 29, our freshmen this year, I think they have three. So this is our biggest high school group we've had for our club in all of the years. I'm pretty sure is what he said.
Well, you know where that comes from. I mean, Jeff and the rest of those guys are doing a great job getting girls to believe in his program, and Jeff has done a good job is getting those guys on the circuit too, because what are they playing now? Is it the
Select 40, I think.
The S40, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's just good. I mean you're gonna have a lot of college coaches there. You guys got one of the top players in the state in class 2020 in Brooklyn Miles. That's that's in y'all's organization. So that speaks highly for her because I know a lot of teams wanted to go after. I know the Legends wanted to go after. I know the Drive Nation wanted to go after, and and she, she's loyal to JYD. So love to give her a shout out on that because a lot of these girls, hey, I mean I'm gonna get Nike shoes and Under Armour shoes and Adidas, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna stick with my JYD shoes, and that goes a lot to you guys, the organization, her playing with great girls. So I love that, man. Like I said, once again, a big shout out to him. I don't know Jeff personally. I know we've talked on the on the phone, and that I know when my daughter won state, he's one of the person that called and told me congratulations. And so I felt like I got to know him. I met him through Coach Vick, but just one thing about this podcast is we've got a chance to meet a lot of different young ladies across the state and in other states now. And so it's always good to bring a young lady on that maybe a lot of people don't know who Ava is, but now they get to find out what type of player she is and what she's all about. And, not only is she just a great basketball player, but also a great volleyball player. Also, is taking on a new journey and doing track and shot put and did. So I love what you're doing. Like I said, I think your future's bright. Whoever gets you, I mean, you can't go buy that size. I tell people all the time, you can't go order your size on Amazon or Craigslist or any kind of list they got out there. You were blessed with that, so you use that to your advantage because a lot of people love to be your size this day trying to play high school girls basketball.
Well, when you look at your AAU schedule, what tournament are you looking forward to? I mean, a location maybe that you haven't been or something like that? Being on Select 40 this year.
Yeah, so with us being in Select 40, we're going to Ohio, and I've been all around the South. I've been to Kentucky, and I'm actually really excited for Ohio. It's going to be a new everything. It'll be fun to see what life is up there in the North. So it'll be fun.
Well, if you really want to know what it's like, Ava, you got to go up there in the wintertime. You want to know what it's like in the north.
You don't want to do. You don't want to do that, Ava. I'm telling you, I went to South Dakota a couple weeks ago, and it was in March, and I'm like, hey, I don't know how people live here because it's a different cold. I don't know how. I don't know why somebody want to live in a cold weather state. I mean,
I'm with you. I can't do it.
I want to be about. I'm cool, like 65 to about 85.
Yes,
I'm cool. Anything over 90, I'm in the house, man. AC on. I don't like getting out.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So
see, you get to stay. You don't have to walk in the snow in schools up there sometimes. Like there's a school in South Dakota that my assistant went and visited. Their tunnels are underground, so you go to class on the ground. You walk under like a tunnel underground to class. Man, you never have to walk out in the snow.
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't even make the trip. I was like, hey, thank you, but I'm not coming. Yeah, if you want to send me some gifts, I'll take it. But I'm not coming on a.
You walking on somewhere else, huh?
I'm going somewhere else. I'll tell you that. I'm going somewhere else. Well, Ava, do you have any brothers and sisters, or you just are you only child?
I have a brother. He's in. Oh my gosh, he's in the 8th grade. He'll be a freshman when I'm a senior. So I get to see. I get to bully him in the hallways.
Oh, you get to drive to school next year. Yeah. Make sure he gives you gas money though.
Yes, he better.
Does he play any sports?
He plays basketball, football. He tries to do all the sports. He used to do baseball. I'm trying to get him back into it, but he's a big football. He was the quarterback in middle school. He'll probably be the backup this year, but we'll see what he does. I try to get his mentality like mine. I'm like, hey, you gotta be a little tougher. You're not the best. You're in middle school. You're not the best. You're coming up to high school.
You can't be called baby brother Adam on the show like that. So how tall is he? I mean, how tall is he?
Funny you bring this up. We just measured today, and I have him by like Mom said an inch. So he's around there. He's like about 5'9" probably.
Oh, that's good. He just said he's going to be a freshman, so he got a chance to get
freshman.
That's great size though. And like I said, Berryhill's good in football too, so that's good stuff. So what's his name so I can follow him too, because I also do a high school football podcast show too. What's his name?
His name's Van. So Van Slagle, the same last name.
Van Slagle. So I got to look out for him going into his freshman year in high school football. That's good stuff. So is he a big fan of yours? Does he cheer you on? Does he come to your games and all that? Or is he like,
he does cheer me on, but he does give me a hard time. But he said that sometimes some people talk crap in the student section, but I've heard he has my back. So
that's it. That's what I'm talking about, big brother. I might be little brother, but I'm taking care of my big sister. That's good stuff. I like that. Good job, man. He gets a point.
Good job. Well, let's have a little fun here. All right, you ready for some fun, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Hey, of course. All right. So we're going to ask you. You got a chance to pick an amusement park. Which amusement park are you going to go to? You get a free trip to anywhere. You want a Wheel of Fortune. In that card is amusement park of your choice. Where are you going?
I don't know. So I'm not a big roller coaster person, but I do love walking around and stuff. So I'm not really sure. I know
Tony's got a place to get $800 popcorn. Tony's got a place to get $800 popcorn.
No, we're not going. It's too hot. It's too hot. She don't like the heat, Coach. She's gonna be just like me. She's gonna be paying $800 to eat popcorn. Last year we went to Orlando, and what's the place called?
Universal
Studio. Man, it was so hot, Ava. I mean, I'm burning up, man. I mean, I'm just hot, and I just finally told my wife and my daughter, and I said, I can't do it no more. So I went, me and another older couple, we went and found the movie theater and got a bag of popcorn, and you get to sit there. And I paid $800 to get in that amusement park, and I rode 2 rides. They both were kiddie rides. It was a little plane. It was a little plane that went around like 3 times and it stopped. And then I was like, man, I'm out. I'm done. I mean, I couldn't take it. You're walking all over the place, and you got the Harry Potter part. And I was like, man, I'm out. I went and got me some popcorn. I went and found me some shade in the movie theater, and I slept. I mean, I probably slept half of the movie, and I'm back to just snoring away. But hey, I was cold. I was cool. I wasn't hot no more. And
I would have been right with you.
Hey, by the time the movie got out, Ava, it was time to go. Man, it was perfect timing. Ding, 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 ding. So I'm with you. So I'm not big on roller coasters, man. I did that Superman one time at the not Frontier City, but
Universal Studios. Six Flags.
Six Flags. And I went way up, and I came down, and my stomach just like, oh man, it felt bad. I said, I'm never doing that again. So I'm done. Right, I'm done.
Well, where would you go, Ava? It might be like Branson City or something like that, maybe.
We went to Branson. I think it was my freshman summer, and it was fun. But I really want to go to Disneyland. I want to meet Mickey. I want to have all the fun. But trying to convince my mom is hard.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's another place. It's they rob you when you walk through the door, and then you get these big old ears, man. They're trying to talk me to take my granddaughter. I said, I'll give you some money, but I ain't going. I ain't messing with that, man. I barely mess with Whitewater. I remember I used to be scared. You know the cliffs at Whitewater, you get there. And I used to be scared of those cliffs. And finally, one day, somebody pushed me in, and I finally got over my fear of the cliff. So, but no, man, I'm with Ava. I ain't trying to do no roller coasters, none of that stuff. So I'm with you on that, girl. I got you back.
See, when I was Ava's age, I would do them, and now I see I'm older. And they get stuck upside down. I'm like, oh no, I couldn't do that.
Because I'm scared that I'm gonna be on the one that ain't function right that day. You know,
that's what I mean.
I'm not gonna take that chance. You go and you tell me about it, and I cheer for you. That's it. I'm not doing it, Coach. Not doing it.
All right. Well, America Got Talent invited you, Ava, to your talent show. You got any skills? You got any talents to share with us?
I don't know. I will say, I don't know if it's American Got Talent, but I used to be a little bit more. I used to paint and draw and stuff. So I would say if my secret tells anything, I can draw. I'm a little artistic.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, there's a lot of money in selling arts, especially these days. You know, but it's good stuff. So can you cook? Are you? If mom said, "Hey, I'm running late. I need you to throw me and your brother a meal together." What would you throw? What would you throw on the stove?
In our household, we eat a lot of chicken. That's our big thing.
I'm glad you didn't say Roman noodles. I hope I'm saying it right. The kids make fun of me because
the Roman noodle or Roman
noodles.
My kids eat those like it's the greatest thing ever.
That's my brother's favorite thing. I'm like, man, make us some lunch. Nope, ramen noodles.
My daughter put some weirdest stuff and she put pickle juice in it, hot sauce. I'm thinking, what's wrong with you, girl? I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, something weird.
Bad. Well, is there anything that you want to share with us that we may not know about Miss Ava?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people think whenever I'm on the court, I'm very talkative, but I'm actually pretty quiet. I'm a quiet person, but I'm not at the same time.
Oh, so Ava's out there talking smack to him out there on the court, huh? Standing there in your breath. Get that stuff out of here.
I know. They're like, oh, I like playing it. They're like, oh, that girl plays so good. And I'm like, Mom, you should have heard what she said to me all game. She was talking smack all game.
Ava smack talking about that. I love it. Well, Ava, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, though? I mean,
I want to give a shout out to some of my school teammates. Layton loved playing with her, but KK LaFew, she's not on a lot of radars, but she needs to be. She came out real hot this year. Addie Belk, too. She was a great Addie Belk can eat you alive on defense.
Okay. Addie Belk. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with Ava, that runs right into our last little thing, though. We had you on the show, and we like to bring other young ladies, from Berryhill or JYD on the show. I know we got a couple more we're going to have on. But, we just kind of started this podcast 2 years ago, me and Coach V, and we're just trying to build our numbers up. We're up to 311. Our goal is to try to get 500 by the end of the summer. And we've been rocking and rolling away, and it's starting to come together. But we need you to do us a big favor, though, is put your thumbs together. Coach, you want to find it real quick?
I got it.
He got it. So what we need you to do, Ava, is just tell everybody to like and subscribe to Between the Line Girls Hoops. That's what we need you to say on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. We need you to like and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Between the Line Girls Hoops.
Between the Line Girls Hoops.
Hey!
Right.
Thank you, Miss Ava. I'm not gonna try to say the last thing because I probably tear it up. Let me try it one time. Slagle.
Yes.
Slagle. Hey, Coach, I did it. So I get a star.
You're gonna be so happy. She's gonna be in the gym. You're gonna forget about her first name. You're gonna go up there and call her by her last name.
Hey, Miss Slagle, that's you. Well, Ava, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. Good luck to you this weekend. Border War. Have you got your schedule yet?
Yes, we got our schedule.
Well, you make sure you follow us on Twitter. We got Coach Vick and myself. tag us in it, and we like to follow you and retweet your stuff, and like I said, stay on top of you. I tell all young ladies, stay on top of your Twitter page, man. You never know. Put something on there. Let college coaches know you're active, because we do this all the time when we're looking for a young lady and we're trying to retweet her or tag or put something about her, then she has nothing on the page. And so if we're doing it as podcast guys, and you got a college coach that's looking for you and trying to find out who you are, like, man, I was at Border War this weekend and I really like this young lady. She played for JYD. I know she goes to Berryhill, but I can't find out the owner. And guess what? They're going to go to the next young lady. So I always try to stay active, especially if you're trying to go play at the next level. Stay active, man, because like I said, it takes one coach. There's 1,000 colleges out there, but it takes one coach to love Ava, to say, hey, you know what? I want her in my program. And then don't miss out, because, hey, I didn't want to be active. I tell my daughter this all the time. If you got time to make a TikTok, you got time to tweet. That's all I got to say.
Yes.
You got time to make a TikTok, whatever y'all be doing on them TikToks, all that stuff, man. I'm like, hey, you got time to do that? You got time to work on them free throws too. So let's get busy, though. But stay active.
Yeah. One last question. Is this your first podcast?
Yes.
You did
first
good.
time, Tony. That's what we do.
You did good, Ava. I'll tell you right now, there's been a lot of girls that we got to get the fishing hook. And come on. And you've done a great job. And, and one of the reasons we started this show is, one, to give girls exposure. Two, is let them get out there and talk, because so many girls are so scared to talk. But, you did a great job. You kind of fell right in with it. And we try to make it easy and fun, because this was all about, man. It's a little bit of serious, but it's also about having fun, and then you let people know who Ava is, and like, oh my God, I never seen this side of her. And so, like I said, I got to meet you for the first time tonight, and I thought, you've been right on point with all your questions and all your answers and everything. So, like I said, good luck to you, though, man. Good luck this week, and go ball out. Keep us posted on your stats, and we'll retweet it and then give you some love. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for joining the show.
See you.
See you. Well, Coach, another great one. That's what my man Coach V does. He go find these girls from Berryhill and all over and get them to come on the show and be the first time they've been on Between the Lines.
That's cool.
Girls, here I'm messing up on our own show. Between the Lines, Girls Hoops. Like I said, folks, I got to get used to, because I'm a little used to saying Oklahoma. But we still got Oklahoma ties. But at the end of the day, we were Between the Line Girls Hoops. We had to change the name because, one, we're branching out into different girls from all over states. We're going to start having different girls come on from different states. And Coach V has already done that, on his shows. But, we'll have Jada Davis, one of the top 2029 girls in Wichita, Kansas, got 6-7 offers, so we'll start bringing these different girls on. And plus, me being with Drive Nations and being in a lot of these EYBO tournaments, we'll grab a couple girls and not say bring them on shows, but maybe do a quick interview and drop it back on our deal. But like I said, it's always good to get these girls out and get the exposure. Like I said, her first podcast, I thought she did a great job, man. So tell Jeff, thank you for letting us have her come on the show and talk. And and like I said, she don't have a lot of schools looking at her, but all it takes is one, and she got a couple schools looking at her. So hopefully they see the show and say, man, you know what, I really like that young lady. Not only can she ball, but she did a great job on speaking. And coaches look at that, do they not, Coach? I mean, they look at those things though. They want somebody that's very educated, that's going to help them, not only just on the basketball court, but just in academics though. Because one thing, you want to keep those academics up, and you gotta pass the play. It's how it is in college. If you ain't eligible, man, and I mean you got so many different rules with the NCAA and all that, checking grades and all those things. So you got to stay on point. But Coach, anything else before we get out of here?
No, it's another chance to get to know another player and get a chance to see his side, because she's smart. She might be talking that smack, but now you got to see some laughter in her. When he's on the floor. I like those kids. You're like, oh, that's such a nice. And they're like, you know it. She smacks me all game. And
no, that's true, man. I hear that a lot about some of these girls, man. You think they're angels, but they're really little divas on the court, though, man. They something else. But Coach, like I said, I know we're gonna try to get together this Thursday night. Folks, if you guys can tune in this Thursday on Keep It 100, Oklahoma High School Sports, we're gonna have two special guests. We're gonna have the Gatorade Player of the Year, Elijah Matthews, and then I'm gonna have my man Dajamin Taylor, from the Arizona Cardinals that went to Carl Albert. Two young men are going to talk about their journeys. One has made it to the NFL the path he had to take, you know, getting recruited by Utah and losing that, and then Texas Tech picking him up at the very end to become a DB. Going to Texas Tech, get drafted in the 4th round. Then you got Elijah Matthews going into his senior year, outstanding running back. Guy can play defense, can play receiver, and also a great baseball player, and he's running track. So 2 great kids is going to be on the show on Keep It 100. But Coach, once again, man, I appreciate you for bringing on another great guest. And like I said, we just going, folks. We rocking and rolling now. We both got some free time. You know, my wife took my baby to go do her training tonight. I got to hang out with my good friend Coach V, and so we got to talk high school girls basketball. That's something we both love to do, and I'm loving it, man. I'm really, man. We trying to do 2 to 3 shows a week, so we're gonna keep bringing it to you, even though it slowed down. We haven't slowed down. Some of you other podcasts have slowed down, but not over here. Between the Lines, Girls Hoops. We always going to bring it to you every week. But, Coach, you know what time it is. It's time to go. But, folks, we want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. Between the Lines, Girls Hoops with my man, Coach V, and myself, TJ. We'll catch you next time on the show. Thank you to all our sponsors, too. Triple Reach. Listen, keep it 100, and we're looking for the next person to join that sponsorship. Get your name on it, folks. Don't miss out. We only got so many limited spaces. Get with us, DM us, let us know. We got a prize for you. We'll take care of you. Get your name up here, because every week we talking, and your name's gonna be on here. We want to give a love to Manny. He came out to us, Manny, my man Manny, down there in Purcell. Chevy, go see him. Manny gonna take care of you. He gonna do you right, just like everybody else. Manny gonna take care of you. So he always got great deals. So go see my man Manny. He gonna take care of you. You'll be seeing that. Ad drop here on these shows pretty soon. But like I said, we can go and get it started now. Go check out my man Manny. But like I said, thank you again, everybody that tuned in to Between the Line Girls Hoops. We'll catch you next time. See ya.